Many people tend to think of us as Washington correspondents, but in reality, we are US correspondents. During the campaign, I traveled a great deal between Washington and various parts of the country, following the political candidates, because you must be out there if anything happens.
How does this compare to the whistle stops you did before, Pete?
Well, you know, in the old days, the whistle stops were a novelty. You had people lined up, especially in '48 when Truman made his stop.
There was no television.
Even during the later years, Lyndon Johnson went south as a train which was called the Corn Pone Special.
I know many top-notch correspondents. We have worked on many stories together, so we know each other very well. Some of us are conservatives, some are liberal, some are in the middle, but we have deep respect for each other and each other's ideas.
Strip and, I don't know, all presidential candidates seem to have to take one.
The ex-president of the United States, Jimmy Carter.
Roosevelt, Harry Truman, John Kennedy, and Lyndon Johnson.
When you go out with the president or even the challenger of the opposing party, you are really trying to verify what impact the man has upon real people, not on the print press, not the way he looks on television. His attitude, his face is quite different from the behavior that you're used to when you're questioning in a press conference. Something else is visible that is not ordinarily associated with the man, because you see what the man is like in different circumstances, perhaps under stress. And then you see what the reaction of real people is to the leaders and to the possible leaders of the country. The presidential campaign was like a marathon race. You had to keep up with the group, and the group took you everywhere. By air, by train, even by boat. When I was covering the election story, I went down the Mississippi in a riverboat with President Ford. Perhaps the biggest freedom we have as foreign correspondents is freedom of movement. We can go anywhere we want. I've even been in the underground headquarters of the Strategic Air Command in Omaha, Nebraska, with President Johnson. You get a strong feeling of the country by meeting people in different states.
I see. In other words, they would be fired if it became a federal operation.
On this campaign trip, I saw posters protesting against a bill in Congress which would have eliminated private inspections of grains from the US to foreign countries. Had the bill passed, these people would have lost their jobs. So they had an interest in getting a compromise on a bill, which would have maintained a certain measure of private inspections and preserved the jobs at a transshipment point in Louisiana.